Have you ever felt like you're living the same day over and over again? Like no matter how hard you try, no matter how many books you read, how many courses you take, how many times you promise yourself this time will be different, you end up right back where you started. The same money struggles, the same relationship patterns, the same self-doubt creeping in at 3 a.m. It's not laziness. It's not bad luck. And it's definitely not because you're not trying hard enough. You're trapped in what I call the quantum cycle, an invisible loop that most people never escape because they never even know it exists. But here's the thing, the moment you understand how this cycle works, you gain the power to break it. And when you break it, everything changes. Success stops feeling like a battle. Luck becomes your default setting. And wealth? It flows to you like a river finding its path. I am the quantum philosopher, and this is Quantum Genesis, where science meets the soul. Today, you're going to learn exactly how to do that. Stay with me and discover the quantum cycle, how to break the loop and attract success, luck, and wealth. Let's start with something most people don't know about quantum physics. In the quantum world, particles exist in a state called superposition, which means they're in multiple states at once until someone observes them. The moment you observe, the particle collapses into one specific state. Now here's where it gets mind-blowing. Your consciousness works the same way. Every single day, you're observing your life through the lens of your beliefs, your emotions, your past experiences. And that act of observation is collapsing your reality into a specific version over and over again. If you wake up feeling anxious about money, your brain starts scanning for evidence that confirms that anxiety. You notice the bills, you remember the debt, you feel the tightness in your chest. And that emotional frequency sends a signal into the quantum field. And the field? It responds by giving you more of the same. This is the quantum cycle. It's a feedback loop between your inner state and your outer reality. And most people are stuck in it without even realizing it. Think about it. How many times have you promised yourself you'd change only to find yourself making the same decisions, feeling the same emotions, getting the same results? That's not failure. That's physics. Your mind is designed to keep you safe by keeping things predictable. And the easiest way to stay predictable: repeat the past. But here's the truth that changes everything. The moment you change your internal frequency, the quantum field reorganizes around you. New opportunities appear, new people show up, new ideas come flooding in. And suddenly, what felt impossible becomes inevitable. So how do we get trapped in this cycle in the first place? It starts in childhood. Maybe you grew up watching your parents struggle with money, and your young brain learned, money is hard, money is stressful. There's never enough. That belief gets wired into your nervous system. It becomes your baseline frequency. And now, decades later, even when you consciously want wealth, your subconscious is still broadcasting scarcity. Or maybe you've been rejected, hurt, betrayed, and now, without even realizing it, you sabotage relationships before they get too close. Because deep down, your nervous system believes love isn't safe. This is how the loop works. Your past creates an emotional frequency. That frequency shapes your thoughts. Your thoughts drive your actions. And your actions create results that confirm the original belief. Fear produces more fear. Doubt attracts more doubt. Scarcity creates more scarcity. And the worst part? Your brain thinks it's protecting you. It thinks it's keeping you safe by keeping things familiar. But familiar isn't safe. Familiar is just familiar. And if you want a different life, a life of success, abundance, and freedom, you have to be willing to step into the unfamiliar. Because that's where the new timeline lives. Here's the key insight. You can't think your way out of the quantum cycle, because thinking is still operating from the same level that created the problem. You have to shift your frequency at the emotional and energetic level. You have to rewire the signal you're sending into the field. And when you do that, the field has no choice but to respond. Now let me tell you something that might sound controversial. Luck is not random. Success is not accidental. And wealth? It's not a miracle reserved for a chosen few. Each one of these is simply a shift in probability triggered by a change in your internal frequency. Let me explain. In quantum mechanics, there's a concept called the probability wave. It means that, at any given moment, there are infinite possible outcomes existing simultaneously. Your future isn't fixed. It's probabilistic. And here's the game changer. Your frequency determines which probability collapses into your reality. When you're vibrating at the frequency of fear, scarcity, and doubt, you collapse timelines where struggle is the norm, where opportunities slip through your fingers, where success feels just out of reach. But when you shift your frequency to confidence, abundance, and trust, you start collapsing timelines where synchronicities are everywhere, where the right people show up at the right time, where doors open that you didn't even know existed. This is why some people seem to have all the luck. It's not that the universe loves them more. It's that they're vibrating at a frequency that makes luck inevitable. Think about the most successful people you know. They don't just work hard. Plenty of people work hard and stay broke. They don't just think positively. Toxic positivity doesn't pay the bills. What they have is energetic alignment. Their internal state matches the reality they're trying to create. They believe they're worthy of success, so they take bold action. They expect opportunities, so they notice them. They trust the process, so they don't quit when things get hard. And the quantum field responds by reorganizing around that frequency. This is the code. This is the secret that's been hiding in plain sight. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And the moment you become the person who already has success, luck, and wealth, the external reality has no choice but to catch up. Alright, so how do you actually do this? How do you break the loop and step into a new timeline? I'm going to give you a 3-step framework that is grounded in both quantum science and real-world results. Step 1. Interrupt the emotional frequency. The first step is awareness. You have to catch yourself in the act of repeating the old pattern. The moment you feel that familiar fear, that familiar doubt, that familiar frustration, pause. Don't judge it. Don't push it away. Just notice it. Say to yourself, this is the old frequency. This is the loop trying to pull me back. And then this is critical. Take one deep breath and consciously choose a different response. If the old pattern is to panic when you see your bank account, the new pattern is to breathe and say, I am learning to trust. Money flows to me in unexpected ways. If the old pattern is to retreat when someone gets close, the new pattern is to stay present and say, I am safe to love and be loved. This might sound simple, but it's the most powerful thing you can do. Because every time you interrupt the pattern, you're creating a crack in the quantum cycle. And over time, those cracks become breaks. And those breaks become breakthroughs. Step 2. Introduce a quantum improbability. Here's where it gets fun. You have to do something your past self would never do. Quantum reality rewards the improbable. It rewards the people who are willing to take action that doesn't make logical sense from the old timeline. Maybe it's investing in yourself when your bank account says you can't afford it. Maybe it's starting that business when everyone says it's risky. Maybe it's walking away from the safe job to pursue your passion. These are quantum leaps. They don't make sense to the old you, but they make perfect sense to the version of you that already lives in success. And here's the magic. The moment you take that improbable action, you send a massive signal to the quantum field that says, I'm no longer the person I used to be. And the field responds by collapsing a new timeline. Opportunities you couldn't have predicted suddenly appear. People you needed to meet show up out of nowhere. Ideas that seemed impossible suddenly feel obvious. This is not woo-woo. This is how reality works at the quantum level. Your bold action literally reorganizes the probability waves around you. Step 3. Anchor your new identity. This is the final step, and it's the one most people skip. You have to anchor the new version of yourself. It's not enough to take one bold action and then go back to your old habits. You have to embody the new identity every single day. Ask yourself, who is the version of me that already has the success I want? How do they think? How do they feel? How do they move through the world? And then start showing up as that person today, not tomorrow. Not when you finally achieve the goal. Today. If the successful version of you wakes up at 5 a.m. and works out, do that. If the abundant version of you treats money with respect and confidence, do that. If the loved version of you sets boundaries and chooses themselves, do that. Because here's the truth. You don't become successful and then feel confident. You feel confident and then success follows. You don't become wealthy and then feel abundant. You feel abundant and then wealth flows. Identity is the quantum frequency that rewrites your entire timeline. And the more you anchor into this new identity, the more the external world shifts to match it. Here's something that took me years to understand. The quantum cycle isn't your enemy, it's a mirror. It shows you with brutal honesty what frequency you're broadcasting. And the moment you shift that frequency, the mirror shifts back. If you're stuck, it's because some part of you is still holding on to the old story, the old fear, the old identity. And that's okay, there's no judgment here. But there is a choice. You can keep repeating the loop, hoping that one day things will magically change. Or you can take responsibility for your frequency and consciously choose a new reality. The quantum field doesn't care which one you pick. It's neutral, it just responds. But you have the power to decide. If this message reached you today, it wasn't random. Nothing in the quantum field is random. You're ready to break the cycle. You're ready to step into a new timeline. So here's what I want you to do. Comment below, I choose a new reality. Say it out loud, write it down. Declare it to the quantum field. Because the moment you choose, the field responds. And your new timeline, it starts now. I'm the quantum philosopher, and this is Quantum Genesis, where science meets soul.